Hey y'all, it's Miss Katie and
Little Miss Homemaker.
look who I have with me today. She offered to help with supper. She said, what's for supper and can I help? So we're gonna have a recipe that is out of my cookbook. It is creamy chicken and gnocchi. Now, this recipe I created myself after trying a similar soup at Olive Garden. Years ago, I came up with the recipe, came up with a home version, and I think it is very good.
It is.
And that's what we're gonna have tonight for supper. She's gonna help. This is for the cook who wants to make things homemade. It's kind of semi-homemade, I guess, if you will. We do use some pantry products, but stay tuned and let's make this delicious soup, and we're gonna have it with a fabulous bread option too. Okay, now what we're going to do first off is we're just going to start by adding the first 8 ingredients. And you're going to find this recipe, the link to the recipe, just go down to the description box and I will have a link to the recipe which will be on my website. But it is also found in my first cookbook. So my From Katie's Kitchen Volume 1 cookbook, you're going to find this recipe, a collection of family loved recipes and their stories. In my second cookbook, I don't really talk as much about the stories as I do is just get down to brass tacks of here's the recipe, let's get started making supper. So anyway, also have notes in this cookbook, tips, menu ideas, and that kind of thing. So to order either of my cookbooks, you can also go to the website HERITAGEWAYS. I'm going to let little Missy, I'm going to run out and check on something, and she is going to add the first 8 ingredients, and all you have to do is just put them in here.
Okay.
And then we're going to put it on the stove and melt it. Okay? So I will say, we are doubling the recipe today, right?
We are.
And we already have the ingredients laid out, so you don't have to think about that. But we are doubling the recipe, and we're only adding the first 8. So if you're writing this down, just know we are doubling it because even though it's just 4 of us at home, I like to have leftovers. So thank you so much. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to put 2 32-ounce chicken bone broth cartons in here. The broth, not the cartons. And like she said, this is a very, very easy recipe. Second one. Also, like she said, we are using, it's a homemade recipe, but we are using store-bought things. Not everything is store-bought, but most of it. Okay, now 2 10.5 cans of cream of chicken soup. Careful not to splash, which I just did. Something else we like to use, I have something I sell. They are homemade hot pads that are 100% cotton, and also they are made in USA. I make them handmade. Here they are. They last forever, and that you can pick up the pot with them. You can set it under, or use a different pot. It doesn't have to be this one. I love putting patterns together. This is probably my favorite pattern because it's got squares. And you can find them on Mom's channel website, HERITAGEWAYS.com. And let's finish putting this together. This is 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, and 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. Just a reminder, we're doubling this, so it's double everything that you see. This would be 16 ounces of cream cheese, just a splash of Worcestershire sauce, and that's all the ingredients we're going to put in right now. We'll finish putting the rest of them in later. I'm just gonna break up the cream cheese so it can combine together easier.
Okay, y'all, I want to tell you about the bread that we're going to have with our soup tonight. Now, I've talked to y'all about sourdough bread. I've shared how to tips on starters, making a sourdough starter. I love to make my own bread, but let's be honest, I think that a lot of you are like me in that just finding a balance, a happy medium in homemaking is key. You know, I can't go full force homesteading like I wish I could. I still have a full-time job, and that is homeschooling the kids. And then I have another full-time job, and that is the HERITAGEWAYS brand / business / ministry. So I'm like y'all. I mean, that we have obligations, and not everybody can jump with both feet into the quote homesteading world where you're making everything from scratch. Don't we wish we could? But I have found a company, y'all. They make, it's a small company started by, I say small, that's not to diminish its impact, but it's just started, from what I understand, in the Boston area, Boston, Massachusetts area. And they started with a passion to have healthy breads, pastas, pastries, a passion to support local bakers, pastry makers, and they also have good quality ingredients. So they sent me some items to try. And tonight we are going to try the sourdough rosemary garlic bread. I unboxed the package yesterday. We made the cinnamon rolls yesterday. They were delightful. Oh my word. And Little Music Man put the rest of the products in the freezer for me. So it's that simple. I could pull them out when I want. I can have good quality, homemade, artisan, homestead quality, homemade quality bread. And let me read you the ingredients. Or let me read you this. Bake from frozen. Okay, that's easy. When you come in from chores or your job or a hard day at home, pull it out of the freezer. You don't even have to let it thaw. It says, we use the old way of making bread with wild yeast that takes days from start to finish. So that is the traditional, authentic sourdough method, providing nutrients, fiber-rich bran, proteins, probiotics, and vitamin-rich germs. Vegetarian, unbleached flour, non-GMO, no artificial colors. I mean, the benefits just are extensive. But I want to read you the ingredients. That is what is so impressive. And then I want to tell you, at the end of the video, I want to tell you how you can try this product and you can receive, if you're one of the first 50 folks to respond, and you may be watching this video later and the offer is not valid, but the first 50 folks to respond with a code, they get free croissants in every box forever. It is a limited time, and the code will be down below in the description box. But sourdough starter, organic whole wheat flour, water, garlic, rosemary, and sea salt. That's it. So a good artisan loaf that we're going to have with our soup tonight. So all I have to do is put it on a baking sheet and preheat the oven to 450 and bake it 18 to 24 minutes. I'm just going to follow the directions, but it's going to be super simple and a delicious homemade bread, homemade, to go home baked to go with our soup. So I want you to try this if you're interested in these breads. You want high quality, but you don't have the know-how, the desire, the time to do it yourself. So I just like to share good things with y'all. Thanks to Wildgrain for giving me the opportunity to do that.
we're bringing this over so y'all can see what we're doing. Now that everything's melted, we're going to add the spinach, but you don't want it to plop in, so I'm kind of shaking it so everything, I'm also holding the bottom so everything doesn't go in at one time. Thank you for the trash can. Now we have potato gnocchi that we're putting in. I'm going to use my hands this time because I don't want this to plop in either and burn me. Like it just did. It's all sticking together.
Yeah, can I help you, or are you good?
You can help.
Well, I'm just thinking you don't want to burn yourself.
No, I do not.
So why don't you go closer to the soup like that? Would that help?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're doing great. I just didn't want it to plop up and you burn your little hands. No. Nice hot pads. Did you tell them about those?
I did.
Good.
I told them they could find them on your channel.
Well, on the website.
On your
actually.
website channel. But yes, ma'am.
Website. So, just to be clear, the recipe does call for this potato gnocchi, but I found this spinach gnocchi at Aldi today. And that's another thing I'd like to mention. Everything I have, everything I bought today came from Aldi. So, you know, Aldi to me is very reasonable and doable for a budget. But I thought adding the spinach gnocchi might be good.
Delicious.
You know? Yeah.
There's actually spinach in it, so it just
Yeah.
gives it more spinach.
It sure does.
Which I'm fine with. I like spinach.
Good. And spinach likes you. I mean, you know, it's good for you.
That's kind of scary.
Well, I know.
Spinach likes me.
I'm going to turn the gas off until you're ready to come back. It's okay. So what we did, we might want to mention that you whisked the cream base. You whisked it.
Every just few minutes.
Yeah,
every
and it
when you
just-
thought about it.
Yeah, and it became creamy. And if you wanted to make your own cream of soup base, you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
But
You can also buy it.
yeah, you
But-
can. And that's why I called it semi-homemade.
Because we used the can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is 2 chicken breasts.
Cooked or not cooked?
Definitely cooked,
Okay.
please. 2 chicken breasts, cooked and also shredded. Then we'll take it back over to the stove.
And then what's the goal after that?
We want the, I think we just want to like heat it up, and you want the gnocchi to cook.
It doesn't take long.
I think it was
In
like,
fact, let's look and
did it
see
say
what
like 5-8 minutes?
Let's
What
look and see
is
what
it?
it says. Add the spinach and the chicken, stir until combined, add the gnocchi, cook on low until heated thoroughly, add more broth or water if desired. Stir occasionally and enjoy.
Okay. That's
there you
exactly
go.
what we're about to do. Enjoy it.
Yeah. All right, now it's time to tell you about the offer that I want to share with y'all. So the first 50 people, I can't stress that enough, so you have to act, because we have hundreds of people who watch the videos, both here and on Instagram, where I'm sharing this exciting code information, free food, hello. And so I am sharing with the first 50 people to sign up, will receive free croissants in every box.
Did you say every?
I did say every. I said every. Not the first box, not the 10th, but every box. Okay, and also you get $10 off your first box. So try it out, because I can promise you this. If you know me, if you've been here longer than, 10 days or whatever, you know that I don't share things unless I'm sold out. I believe in them. Made in USA, small business, local business, trying to make a better product. And of course, free croissants, y'all. Come on. We've got our wild grain sourdough, rosemary garlic bread, and homemade chicken gnocchi soup. Good
Yummy.
job. Good job.
You too.
Thanks for helping. Okay, let's dish it up.
Oh, no.
Look at this. Oh my, look at this. All right, look at that creaminess, little missy. And
Really good.
I'm glad we're using the spinach gnocchi as well. You know what? That'll be
Looks
delightful.
good and it smells good. And I'm sure it's gonna taste good.
Isn't it though? Look at that.
Plop.
Oh yeah, and we need to slice that sourdough bread. Let me get a knife and do that. Here's yours.
Thank you.
Oh wow, look at that. I think I'm dripping.
Just a little.
All right, I'm gonna let you taste that while I'm cutting the bread. And then we'll feed the boys, Dad and Little Music Man. It's got a great crust on it. I mean, I'm so thrilled with this option of having this wild grain bread. Ah, look at that. Look at that crumb. Oh, and do you smell the garlic?
Ooh, okay. That makes me just want to eat it.
Can we have the butter, please? Get a different serrated knife.
This soup is really good.
We leave our butter sitting out. Do you mind if I taste it?
Go ahead.
And I'll give you a piece. Very chewy.
That's good.
I'll get you some.
Good, I will definitely
I'm
eat it.
actually gonna do what I just said. Slice it down the middle.
Get more pieces that way.
Well, you kind of get the same, but it's just easier to slice. Look at that.
Ooh, you could smell it when you sliced it.
It's good. All right. Then just put it cut side down and look at that. There
Thank
you
you.
go. You're welcome. Enjoy. Oh, look at that. Authentic big piece of garlic. Ah, yum. We're not talking about just garlic flavoring and garlic salt and garlic powder.
Actually, put
That is
garlic
a
in
piece of garlic. I am impressed, I'll have to say. Hope our friends will try this recipe and the wild grain bread. And do you see how that crumbs going everywhere because it is so crusty? I love that.
It's good.
Cheers to wild grain.
Wait, it's
And soup.
rosemary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I could taste that. It's good.
So follow the link down below. The description box has the link. And I hope that you try it out and let me know how much you enjoy it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you count your blessings. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.